project over at the movie The Waterboy, and I think we're all familiar with the story. I think we've all seen the movie, but I'm gonna tell you just in case. It's a story about a 31-year-old male named Bobby Boucher that works for the big university that wins all types of championships, has a great coach and all the great players, but the coach fires him because he sees him as a distraction on the team because the players can't help but to pick on him for no apparent reason. And he's upset. He goes home, tells his mom, and his mom is happy because she actually doesn't want him to leave the house because she thinks that if he finds anything that he likes in the world, that he'd run off and leave her like his father did. But he chooses to find another team to work for, stumbles upon the team that hasn't won a game in some odd years. They can't afford to hire anyone that can handle the water duties for them, and he chooses to do it for free because of the poor quality water that they serve the players. And he discovers while being picked on by this team as well that he has an unlocked potential, and that is that he can create anger and use it as tackling fuel, is what he called it, and to hit really hard. So coach wants him to play, goes asks mom. Mom says no because she doesn't want him to get hurt or leave. And he goes behind his mom's back, plays anyway. Star, does great. Mom's not aware. He goes through college. He learns a lot. And the coach, Red Bo Yu from the other team, figures out that he made a big mistake, and he does some research and gets the Waterboy in trouble so he can't play against them in the championship game. And Waterboy ends up having taken GED tests, and but during the process of taking that test, he tells his mom, and mom pretends to be sick so that Waterboy wouldn't go through with it. And she's successful for a while because he doesn't want to, but then the city or town shows him that they love him, and he decides to play in the game, and they end up winning the championship. Hurrah, yay! But a couple problems I see with this is from a morality standpoint. The city or town, they come back for him to show him that they love him, that they really accept him, but the only reason that they are in the first place, I believe, is because he can play football. And if he couldn't play football, then the town would still pick on him, everybody still pick on him, he'd just be another water boy. And I have a problem with his mom because she sheltered him so that she wouldn't leave him, and that prevented him from becoming his own man, and harmed him for the majority of his life and up until he had his breakthrough. And also with Coach Mr. Red Bo Yu, the great Hall of Fame coach, and has all the championships, he uses his friend to get the head coaching job, and ends up losing in the end, So that was great. Feel like the movie was very ironic because the little water boy that gets picked on and sheltered and stutters and real shy and gets fired because of doing his job, ends up doing his job right, and also on top of that plays football real great and ends up beating the coach and team that fired him and picked on him for so long. And also that all the people that didn't accept him on his team had to accept him at the end because they figured out that they couldn't win without him. And it summed it all up when the quarterback that hated him, hated his guts from the moment he walked on the field to serve the water, saying that Bobby Boucher, I just failed to realize that you are the heart and soul of this team, and we couldn't do it without you at halftime when Bobby Boucher had to come back and bring them back from being down. And I feel like this is a really good movie. The lesson that I can get out of this movie is not to judge a book by its cover, because you never know, what's on the inside. Showing Baba Boucher was very rough around the edges, turned out to be really great at something and very smart. So, thank you. Please give me your response. Anything you can help me out with. See if that I've done wrong. Thank you for listening.